Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for August 19th through the 25th, 2019. So let's take a deep breath and take a moment to clear our minds and to really engage this sacred space within our hearts. And allow ourselves to be fully open to the portal of love that is flowing through your heart center. And feel the expansion of your heart chakra as it opens to the entire universe. It opens to all the information, the resources, the abundance, the opportunities, and the joy that allows your heart to be inspired by this sacred fire and transforms your beliefs, helping you to come into alignment with your purpose, and just feel yourself soaring, your spirit. Feel it soaring, and go with the consciousness of your spirit, wherever it's taking you right now, wherever you may travel in your imagination, in the abundance of your imagination. And focus on receiving the divine assignments that are infused with tremendous love. And ask that those assignments come into your heart as a powerful conviction. And this is a time of spiritual mastery for you, especially in your physical manifestations. And so some of the things that you are engaging in, some of the assignments may have to do with things that are transforming, or projects or goals, intentions that will transform your physical experience and the physical conditions. And I just saw the word help. That there, some of you, I feel like it was a cry for help and assistance. And that some of you are feeling foggy is the word that they're writing. That you're feeling a bit foggy, that you don't feel like, I'm seeing a horse, and when I saw this horse I thought of the chariot, because it just felt it, because it's the speed that it's moving. So some of you are looking for a sense of direction and focus, freedom as well. And this torch is showing me a torch. The torch sort of is the focal point, whatever this torch means for you. And they write the word fool, so this reminds me of the Fool card, in that, there's a leap of faith here that you have to take, that you're being called to take. There's something that's inspiring you. It's like that torch is like the Ace of Wands, in that it could be a belief that's shifting within you. They're writing the word fault, as if you may have held some fault against yourself or against something else outside of you or someone else outside of you, and that this is sort of created the conditions. It's defined how you see yourself. It's defined sort of your strengths, whether you focus more on your strengths or your weaknesses. But it's giving you an opportunity to focus. And some of you may be focused in a negative way. You may be focused and stuck in the complaining, and some of you may be focused on the path, the new path that you need to really get on that path, or get in touch with that, whatever that path of change or realization is. And so it's stirring up sort of emotions, really strong, profound emotions, wherein you are feeling sort of a strong sense of urgency, a call. And I'm seeing the angel number 382, 382. And so, and I'm just going to pull this out and kind of place this in front of us. And 382 says, keep the faith that things are improving in your life, especially financially. Your faith can move mountains. Okay? Keep the faith that things are improving in your life, especially financially. Your faith can move mountains. And what I feel about faith, and is that the core of your faith is the conviction. That conviction is a grounding element to our faith. We may not even know what the outcome is going to be, and that's always really. So it's like, I feel like faith and conviction have to be sort of bedfellows or partners in helping you to know what it is. Your conviction strengthens your faith. It gives you a sense of purpose and allows you to, it cultivates your faith. It's something to center, to focus your faith around, your conviction. And we don't often allow ourselves to really focus around our convictions. We allow people to come in and sort of dismantle that conviction by giving their opinions. And often it's because we sought out their opinion. And that is a bad habit to do. So it's like the minute you've had something to focus on and you feel really convicted, you feel like you have to explain it to other people, but you're not explaining it to them so that they could agree or disagree. You're explaining it because you're not used to having confidence, having faith in your convictions. And so you feel most of the times that you are stranded, that you're sort of out there and you never can get anywhere. But the thing is it's because you've never given yourself fully to your convictions. You find a way to sabotage yourself and to sort of let go of that. Because a conviction is just like that chariot horse that was seen in that vision. It's like it moves at the speed of light. And it's like you have no control. And the most of the images of the charioteer, he doesn't have reins that are attached to the horses or whatever is usually there, the sphinxes. It's almost like it's a consensus or a mental clarity and focus and determination and will. All these things just kind of grow out of this, and they grow stronger because there is a trust that the two forces guiding the chariot, although they appear to be opposing forces, but what they really are is the balance. And now you may have noticed that this card was turned over because jumped out and fell on the floor and revealed itself to me. So, when that happens, I just put them down here and trust that it won't distract me and that I'll talk about it when it's time. But here we are, right here at that word balance. And there's the card. And so, they represent the balance of the universe, the polarities that allows us, the part of the laws that help us to, that govern our ability to manifest and to be creative in our physical world. And so what we tend to do is that we kind of tend to see, because we see one is white and one is black, we kind of get stuck on the differences. Light, dark, right, wrong. We get stuck on these, the duality, as in opposing forces. When these are forces, as the universe perceives it and has created them, as forces of equality, balance. Everything in your life is doing this. This is the integrity of the universe. The universe is actually harmonious. So that everyone in our lives, the adversities in our life, is actually a part of the balance. It is these two forces that create balance, because that thing that you are rallying against, or that gives you so much displeasure, gives you so much clarity within yourself. Because as you look at it and you say, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that, I'm against that, I'm against that, you have really said, on that other aspect of you, you're saying, I am clear about this, 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 now I'm clear about this. That's what's being said as you say, I don't, and all the other things that you could say. And the thing about it is, if we could have learned to appreciate the laws of the universe, and we could, the laws of polarity, we could learn to appreciate it. Find gratitude for how it is helping you to cultivate your beliefs afresh every time, every moment of your life. This is how we don't remain stagnant. This is how the wheel turns, the wheel of fortune. This is what causes the wheel to turn, because the polarities creates the change. It's like the energy. Because these two forces, they keep coming together and clicking together. It's like an energy sparks there, and the wheel turns. And we could appreciate that if there was only that which we liked, that is to say, if there was only one side, we would have no idea what the other side is, and without the other side, we would be without choice and decisions. We would really be in a stagnant reality, because there would be no need for improvement, because you would not know anything else to want or to desire improvement. So you've heard me say recently, imperfections of that exact same situation. Without imperfections, we would not say, something's wrong. I think I could do, oh wait. So you would never go through that creative process. It feels like a fertility. As I was doing that, it's you become fertile with ideas, your imagination becomes fertile. It starts the process of regeneration within the universe, within yourself, and within your cells, within your mind, within your work, within yourself, within your formation. This all unfurls. And so here's what this balance that Archangel Zadkiel is making us aware of that's coming at the beginning of the week. Let's take a look at the Archangel Oracle card, which sort of is our theme for the week. Is wow, this is the card of focus. When Archangel Metatron comes through, he really helps us to figure out what are our priorities. And this is what we've been talking about since this began. They've written that word out, focus, many times, and bringing in these other major arcana cards, actually, from the tarot, the Fool, this and the Chariot kind of helps us to figure out, because the Fool is, you're inspired something, and for him to jump and not to just he's not intending to jump, he's not jumping, he's just not noticing that there's an end to that cliff, but symbolically maybe it's the end of that road that he's been on. And so that what it indicates is that when we're empowered, inspired, and we find a conviction of purpose, this is the change. From that moment, all that was and all that you knew is forever gone. And it's like stepping off of a very steep cliff. But he's not afraid, because he knows that the next path, but the only way to get to that next path is to let go of everything that you knew, to surrender all that other information and trust that it has been internalized as wisdom that now is sort of an elevation, a culmination, almost like a blossoming of that integrates and takes all of those elements and integrates it into something beautiful. Wisdom, all that knowledge and experience and practicum becomes wisdom as you breathe in and out. Everything is constantly gathered and harvested as wisdom. And so that's what we carry with us, because the wisdom is above the fray of the duality, and it is all balance, harmony. And so that's what we carry with us. And the Chariot is, that conviction, that direction, moving, trusting, faith with that. So you can call upon Archangel Metatron. When I see him, he always has like the circle glasses, so he's like, gives you this sense of, of intelligence, seriousness, but very loving, and just someone that you would want to talk to when you're looking for clearer thoughts. When you're looking for someone who has, who understands patterns and very complicated codes and things like this, codes of behavior and patterns in our lives, so that we can so he can help you to unlock those really, almost like the Rubik's Cube, he can help you with those really difficult patterns that you get yourself into and you can't figure out how to get out of. That's what he's really good at helping. In that nature. So when you really feel like you're in a complicated situation, call on Archangel Metatron, because he can help you see your way out of it. He can help you just see the pattern and which way to turn to get it back on track. He can also help you to build in a foundation, of a new order. So let's take a look at the information that's sort of coming up. Let me just tune in to see if there's any additional information about this card. And of course, the word he's writing is focus, and right over the tree trunk, which is very wide. And so right now he's giving me the sense that the tree trunk is about your connection to your higher self. The branches are broad and full, like, and what I'm getting a sense is that this time right now is important for you to really focus on your spiritual practice, whatever that is. If it's meditation, if it's painting, if you're the kind of person, some people say, working, just is soothing to them. I have an aunt that, she works job and does all this stuff. I mean, she's busy all the time, but she loves to work in her house. She loves being busy, cooking and doing all these things. It just relaxes her. So that's when I feel like the meditative state is that aspect that cultivates our skills, the things that we're really good at. And when you're doing that skill, you're so good at it because you're kind of in that focused meditative state. So, it's ideal also to really set out some time to do nothing, to listen and meditate. But I do get that some people do their best thinking when they're doing something like that. That's really, it could be cleaning or something, and just everything comes together. So you know what the thing is? You work what works for you, basically, and whatever connects you, that helps you to be clear and to focused and grounded. Then that's what you do. That's what, if you lost touch with that, he wants you to reconnect with that. Because that's what we really need in this time, as things seem very chaotic and it's very disturbing to you. But the thing is that things are really finding order, because as we keep saying, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, now we know this is what I like, this is what needs to happen, this is what needs to happen. Now I have better clarity about how I need to take action to contribute to the change, So let's not allow ourselves to get so displaced and then become a dysfunctional part of the puzzle. You don't want to join that dysfunction. Let it make you convicted. Let it get you focused in these times in the ways that you can be of service through what you do. And I'm not telling you to drop your life, but through the life that you're living, you can step up and be a real force for change, just by being more clear, more honest, more open, more outspoken, perhaps. Okay? All right, so for the beginning of the week, we have this card, balance. And so, again, there are going to be all these opposing ideas. There could be, some conflicts, people maybe not seeing eye to eye or having disagreements. Some of you, it could just be about looking at some things, some habits in your life, because, the major arcana is sort of a main theme that's going on in your life right now, or a process that's working itself out on a sort of a long range goal or habit. So, if there's things that you're doing in terms of your diet, or if there's sort of some chemical substances or things, anything that you're dealing with that you've been getting this sense that I need to quit, or I need to change this habit because I need to, my hours, I need to balance my schedule more, I need to spend more time with my kids, I need to spend more time working on this goal, I need to spend more time getting some rest or relaxation, I need to, whatever that is that you feel like, gosh, this is making me feel so bad. I feel like so guilty because I need to do this thing. All right, this is not a punt. This is not criticism from the universe. This is the call to restructure, reorganize, to rebalance, to bring that balance in so that you can find more center, more focus, more clarity, so you can see possibilities. That's the word I just saw. Because part of the thing is that the conditions that you don't feel like you can weave your way out of it, that the patterns are so complicated you can't see the answer, is because there's something like these things that's throwing you off balance. And it's keeping you off balance because you are not appreciating the art of the laws of the universe, if that makes any sense. But we have to appreciate them. They're not opposing forces. The world is not always against you. It's actually working with you. It's helping you when that opposite or that challenge or that adversity, it's helping you to discover who you really are. Where are you going to stand in all of this? And anything that helps you to become clear is something that's calling you to sort of create the balance in your life. All right, let's take a look at the card for the middle of the week. Look at that, the strength card, because I saw the word strength earlier, and that's why I mentioned that. So we have two major arcana cards, and here, when you think of the strength card and you think of this woman, sitting on this tiger here, and you think absolute craziness, right? It just doesn't seem like these two things. And this is, again, exactly what we're talking about, that balance. These two opposing, what would seem two things that just don't work, because of the differences, all of the differences in the capacity of the understanding of the tiger, etc., to trust and to, not to be apprehensive about humans and their primal urges and not having control over those primal urges. And, as humans, we're not like, we may say, oh, they're savage, blah, blah, blah. But to them, we're something else too. We are something that is not always in alignment with our spirit. We may say, well, their actions are savage, but this is part of their makeup. This is they're doing what they do. This is how they live in the world and how they survive, and this is what they bring. But we have a mind and a consciousness, a spirit that allows us to know, to be able to perceive all these differences and to evaluate and make judgments and have opinions. And when we do some of those things, it takes us out of alignment with who we're supposed to be. Like animals are always being. They're never not being true to themselves. They are always being true to themselves. And we are not. And so we want to always sometimes want to control our truth, or suppress it. They never do this. And to them, that could be savage. To be divine intelligence and not appreciate or not knowing how to innately trust the instincts. They operate fully by their instincts. They are always in alignment. They are never out of alignment with the universe. So there's something, instead of looking at something as being so much of a contrast that it creates a divide, we should learn to always look at things from this kind of perspective, this broad perspective, this balanced perspective. And so in this week, part of this may be that you're looking at things in a broader perspective. You are not trying to control or dominate, or you have these imbalances in your relationships, where one is subservient and the other is dominant or superior or inferior. This is an imbalance that we who have the higher consciousness here we keep forging this way, this pattern, which is out of alignment with the universe itself, out of alignment with the laws of manifestation for the conditions of happiness and success that you truly want to have in your life. So, we need to step back and again appreciate the differences, celebrate them for the clarity that they give you. Anybody who irritates you or anything that goes wrong, that just upsets you, step back for a moment, step out of it, the heat of it, and find a way to appreciate what this is helping you to understand about who you want to be, rather than what it's, because we oppose it because it's like, oh, you're not going to make me like this. Oh, you're not going to make my life crazy. You're not going to, and don't see it so much this way. So the thing is that it looks like, and one of the things I was kind of told is this is going to be sort of an emotional week. And it seems like we're going to have to be very aware. This card came up last week, I think, about words, hurt feelings, and getting into the point, trying to make a point, sticking to your point, to the point that it doesn't create healing, but that it creates division. So this card kind of reminds you, the scene of the unicorns is to, because they just are so soothing and so high dimensional in their frequency, ninth dimensional, that it just brings in this sense of purity. And they remind us to focus on healing, to bring in, to try to bring in that pure divine essence, to channel that pure high frequency of love that we were opening our hearts up to in the beginning of the meditation, embracing everyone and everything with it, to use forgiveness in the development. And that is to say, forgiveness, I feel like, let go, surrender the need to put somebody else against you, and try to find what you have in common. See them, it's not like in common as you're gonna, this is another thing too. So we have these two forces. They are the balance of the universe. They don't have to be the same because they are the balance of the universe. The two of them together work together to create the word that I just saw them write, hope. And so if you could just not try to make people fit into your perspective, into your world, into your reality, but see them, how they complement, how they cultivate this beautiful world and all of its magnificence, which is full of diversity. All right, so let me just see if there's anything that is just sort of coming up about this reading. I feel like the card, Archangel Metatron's card, to prioritize, to set priorities, and to really be. In this week, you need to focus on what's important. So before each day, set the intention of what it is that you really want to accomplish. And I'm not talking about the goal, like today I want to knock this out of the park. I want this negotiation or whatever it is. Set the intention of more of a spiritual intention for, let's say, that negotiation that you might be doing, or at your job. That this idea is going to have a lot of sparks are going to fly about it. And don't set your intention, okay, I want to win. Set the intention that you want you want this to be peaceful, or you wish for everybody to have clarity, and that in each session that goes throughout the week or something through the project, that more and more clarity is gathered, and that the best outcome for the goal of the project be what prevails in the end. Like, set intentions like this, because that's powerful, and it'll change the condition of your mind. And one person whose mind, the condition of one mind that is conditioned at such a high frequency or high vibration, is the vibration that has the most influence. You're not getting your way, but your high vibration is for everyone to come out, successful, for the project, for the goal to succeed. And when you set your intentions at those levels, you give it to the universe. You're operating in the stratosphere of the universe, and so there's more affluence of power behind you, behind all of you. You bring not just yourself when you do something like this, but you bring everyone else that you're working with into that stratosphere of divine affluence, power, guidance, insights, inspiration. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the card I already pulled from the bottom of the deck. And it's the Seven of Fire, the Seven of Wands. So this card usually shows, and this is just another reiteration of this point of, like, feeling like you're just, everybody else is against you. Don't get stuck in that trap. As you see, all the wands is like this one, the dragon in this person is flying high above, but like the other people are not happy to see them. It's the feeling that we usually get. And you're coming with the dragon, you're coming with this high spiritual connection. Is what that represents. You're coming with a true purpose to spread love, to inspire other minds, to help create positive shifts. You're coming from that perspective we were just talking about. And sometimes people don't see that. They see you as the person to aggravate the situation and to just stir up a mess for them because of their own insecurities. And if you come in and you hold that powerful intention, so this card usually says stand up for what you believe and things like this, but they want you to be convicted, and to be convicted is to have been inspired, which already means you're coming from that realm. But you got to open up yourself, and you got to see them as the other half of the polarities of the laws, and note that you and they are the balance. And so the agreements that will ensue in this situation, that will come together, will come out of all of these, of all of the different opinions. So the thing is that you shouldn't stand down in terms of you shouldn't give up on what it is that you are convicted about, but you're going to open your heart so that you raise everybody, that you bring everyone else into that stratosphere with you. And when they're in that stratosphere, the conditions of their mind will also be able to shift, and they will be able to add, and you will be able to receive what they're adding. It won't be like they're challenging you or challenging your ideas, but they're enhancing yours, and you're enhancing the whatever it is that's being done, the focus. All right. So I send you lots of love and angel blessings. Thank you for joining us. And if you're looking for an angel reading, you can contact me at theangelschool.com, which you can find the link below in the video. And if you have not joined our Facebook page, you can go to the link below for my Facebook page. And I think it also will show up on Twitter as well. And you can we do the daily card messages 5 days a week, and so we get a little bit more information from the week as we go along. So, all right, this is going to be an interesting week, but you have the spiritual strength, and again, this is applying that spiritual mastery, and finding more so stability, and there'll be more movement, but you're ready for this, and you are empowered. When I was starting this video, I saw the third eye like with a flame. So be aware of intuitive messages and clarity, spiritual clarity that you have in this week. I say until next week, God bless you all, and have a beautiful, beautiful week.